Today's talk is about light and consciousness, and why I'm so passionate about sharing the message of the kaleidoscope with you. And this message of the kaleidoscope is that it's actually a light attractor. Yes, it attracts light, and with that light, it expands your consciousness. Let me explain. On this journey that I'm inviting you on my channel, we're exploring something deeply universal and profoundly personal. The message I'm sharing with you is one that bridges the gap between the seen and the unseen, between the scientific and the spiritual, between the mind and the heart. It's an invitation to engage with light, not just as something that we see, but as a force that transforms, heals, and illuminates our potential. Light in this work that I'm doing with kaleidoscopes becomes much more than a visual experience. It's a gateway. It's a portal to self-awareness, to healing, and to discovering what we're becoming. You see, when you look through the lens of a kaleidoscope, what you see is far more than just these shifting patterns. These beautiful patterns are one thing, but what you really see is a reflection of our own inner world, our emotions, our virtues, and our energy. These aren't just abstract concepts, but living, breathing aspects of who we are. We know we're made of light, right? So as light enters the kaleidoscope and it mirrors how our consciousness moves through us, it reveals our complexity, our hidden patterns, and most importantly, our potential. And just like the kaleidoscope turns fragmented pieces of glass into harmonious design, so too can we align ourselves with the virtues that bring balance to our lives. Light helps us clarify our vision, both literally and metaphorically. It illuminates the parts of us that we may not always see clearly, but that are waiting to become focused. But this is where the transformation really begins. When we engage consciously with the kaleidoscope and the light that it captures, we aren't just observing it, we are co-creating. Light interacts with us on multiple levels, physically through our brain waves and biofield, and emotionally as it resonates with our energy, and spiritually as it aligns with our deeper truths of the universe. We are more than observers, we are active participants in the patterns that unfold in our lives. Each color in the kaleidoscope corresponds to a different virtue, a quality that we have the potential to embody. Courage, compassion, patience, and gratitude. These aren't just ideals, they are vibrations of light that we can be invited into our being. By focusing on these virtues, we align ourselves with the light of who we truly meant to be. The kaleidoscope becomes a tool or a device, not just for seeing, but for transformation. It reflects the beauty of who we are and reminds us that even in moments of chaos, clarity is always waiting to emerge. This process isn't passive. As photons of light enter our eyes, they interact with the energy of our hearts and our minds, connecting us with the quantum field in the universe. And in this space, our intentions, our focus, and our virtues like kindness, bravery, and accountability become powerful catalysts for change. We start to see that the light outside of us is the same light that exists within us. And as we continuously interact with this light, we begin to unlock new levels of awareness, healing, and potential. This message is one of empowerment with the kaleidoscope. It's about showing people that they aren't passive in the unfolding of their lives, that we are co-creators. The light that moves through the kaleidoscope can move through us in the same way, helping us realign, discover, and connect with our highest selves. And in so doing, we step into our potential. The virtues we focus on, whether it's courage, compassion, or patience, becomes the patterns that shape our inner and outer worlds. And at the core, this work is about connection. It's about connecting with ourselves and with the light that has always been inside of us. And with the greater consciousness that surrounds us, we are part of something larger. And that is the message of what kaleidoscopes reminds us of. It's a device, yes, but more than that, it's a mirror of our potential. It shows us in our lives there's so much more that these patterns than what we are, ever changing, ever evolving, and through it we step into the flow of change with grace and awareness. This is the message I'm here to share. You have the power to shape your life, to unlock the light within you, and to bring your virtues into the world. Every moment is an opportunity to create beauty, to find clarity, and to live with intention, just as the kaleidoscope reflects the universal patterns. It reflects the inner light that exists within each of us, and that light, when focused with purpose, can guide us to our highest potential. Kaleidoscopes offer you that opportunity, especially if you have an untrained mind. Your mind needs to be focused. It needs to learn how to engage. It needs to learn how to hold intention. It needs to learn how to engage with compassion. It needs to know what that feels like. It needs to understand resonance. Kaleidoscopes offer you the opportunity to practice, to gauge, to be a part of, and to try again. It's a part of a way for us to see who we are becoming. It's like training wheels for the brain, because the brain is an incredible tool, but we need a way to actually learn how to work with this tool. And that's the message of what a kaleidoscope is. Because in this day and age, we need something, because there's so many distractions, and light through a kaleidoscope is the most effective way to engage your brain in a positive, uplifting, and beautiful way. There's so many benefits. Share, like, and I'll see you soon.